Now, what started as a pet project by a scientist who was not great at crosswords has just won its first event. Dr.Fill, a machine, beat 1,000 other human competitors in the American crossword puzzle tournament, the leading event of its kind in the US. Well, for more on this now, I'm joined by Matt Ginsberg, a research scientist and the man behind this crossword creation. Good to see you there, Matt. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. So tell us about thank you very much. Now tell us about Dr.Fill, this machine, and how it was victorious in this competition.
I've been working on it for about 10 years. As you mentioned, I am terrible at crosswords and decided that I needed to do something to be a bit more effective. So I wrote a computer program that solves them sort of on my behalf. And this year I was joined by folks from the Berkeley Natural Language Processing Group. And together we got Dr.Fill over the top. It's been sort of 10th to 15th the last few years, but it managed to win this year.
What did the other competitors have to say about being beaten by a machine?
I mostly wish that it hadn't been a virtual event. It would have been so much fun to have them either congratulate or complain to me in person. By and large, they've been happy to have the computer there. It makes the event a bit more interesting for everyone. The crossword community has been incredibly welcoming and supportive, and they were similarly supportive, I believe, this year. There are a couple of curmudgeons usually, but by and large, it's just been fun.
And from this, what does it tell us about machine learning?
I think the thing that I tend to take away is how differently the computer solves crosswords. So you see in the video there the speed with which it's actually checking its work here, and it just flashes through things. It doesn't solve them sort of a word at a time like people do. And I think it's important to realize that machines and people generally solve problems very differently. And what that means going forward, I think, is totally good news. We're going to be good at one set of things, machines are going to be good at another set of things, and we'll manage to solve problems together that neither of us could solve separately. And, we're not looking at the Terminator, we're looking at a collaborator and a partner.
And on that note, where next for Dr.Fill and machine learning? Where else could you take this?
I am a scientist. I'm very careful about the claims I make. Dr.Fill is a crossword solving program. It's teaching us a little bit about what machine learning can do. It's teaching us a little bit about natural language. But I think what's next for Dr.Fill is more crossword tournaments. I'm sure that next year the puzzles are going to be at least a little bit designed to trip up a computer solver, and we're going to be working hard to make it stronger. So there's just another crossword tournament.
Well, Matt Ginsberg, thank you very much. I hope I don't come up against Dr.Fill in the future. Thanks very much.